Hello everyone, this is Shambhi from Designhill and your host for the day. I hope you and your families are keeping well and safe, taking all the precautions and taking care of your near and dear ones. Welcome again to yet another event by Designhill, and today we will be talking about how to find your own path as a textile designer. This event is brought to you by Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace that caters to the creative needs of businesses and individuals alike who can source high quality designs from professional designers. Through its demand marketplace called Print Shop by Designhill, you can also buy 50 plus unique products with thousands of artworks created by a world class community of independent artists. So, moving ahead, let me introduce you to our amazing speaker for today. We have with us Gloria Franco. Gloria is a successful freelance textile designer living in Spain. She has created her own design studio called Gloria Surface Pattern Design. With an online store available, she sells licenses for ready to use patterns for textiles. In 2020, she created an Instagram account to help other artists during the pandemic. In 2021, she has created her own brand of scarves named G&Silk. She has also featured many artists from around the world. Welcome, Gloria. Would you like to say a quick hi to the audience? Oh, Gloria, you'll have to unmute yourself. Gloria, you'll have to unmute yourself. Just a second. Gloria, we can't hear you. You'll have to unmute.
Yes, you can hear me now?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, so I'm very happy to be with you all live from Spain. We're going to spend an hour together, and I hope I can cover as many topics as possible.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for joining with us today here. Thank you guys for taking out time from your busy schedule and joining us today for this amazing session with Gloria. It's an honor to have you all here with us. And a big thank you to Designhill Events team for putting up this event with such an amazing speaker. Great. So before we start the session, here's a big announcement, guys. We are giving away certificates to all the attendees who will stick here till the end of the session. You just can't miss this chance, okay? So, all right. Also, you can just take a screenshot of this event and post it on your Instagram handles. Tag Designhill and Designhill DH and our speaker for today with all her Insta handles, which will be in the chat section right there in a while. And one lucky winner will have a chance to win a print shop gift card worth $50. All right, so before we begin the session, let's quickly look at what Designhill is all about. All right, so that was all about Designhill, and now we are all set to start the session. We will be taking up questions during the session, guys. So if you have any questions, put them in the questions tab so that they don't get missed in the chat section. And I will be pushing those questions to Gloria. And yeah, so let's get started. So Gloria, my first question to you here is, the fascination of drawing evolves with time, and gradually you tend to make differences with your make changes in your drawing patterns and everything. What was actually the inspiration for you to take up textile designing as a career?
Well, for me, the most attractive part of using a surface pattern as a support for my art is that I don't intend my art to end on an exhibition. What it's appealing for me is that it ends on daily use objects, so I can bring a touch of joy and color to everyday life. That's the part that's most appealing for me about surface pattern. can hear you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. You cut the mic.
Sorry, I put myself on
This
a
one,
mute.
this time, I was worried it was again me.
Would you like to give us a quick overview of what exactly you do, your life into textile designing, everything related to you, your textile part, everything. Yeah, please, over to you.
You mean before I explain the whole speech, like a little
Yeah,
insight about my day-to-day life?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
my day-to-day life, when I wake up, I never know what the day is going to be about, because I open my inbox and maybe I have a designer that wants to work for me, or maybe I have a command to do some bespoke work. So because I don't love routine, the only routine I have is my dog. So I can say that textile design brings happy, unexpected news every day for me.
Right, right. So before I want to start the questions part of it, I would like that you can just go through your speech and let people know about yourself, about the industry you are in, and how you have helped so many artists in globally to come up and share their experiences. Over to you, Gloria, please.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you, Designhill, for giving me this beautiful platform with such generosity and interest for my work and my journey. I am truly, truly grateful. It is the second time you feature me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You represent everything I believe in designing community. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you that the purpose of talking today about how I found my path on textile design is that by doing so, I hope I can help you, all the people that is connected with us, to find yours. So if you just finished design school and you are in your 20s, you will have opportunities after graduating, because you can have access to internships. And that also happened to me in my 20s. I mean, many years ago, when I was in Paris and I was at the Atelier Fleury de la Porte, which is a textile, fashion style school, which is one of the most ancient schools in the world. So when I finished, at that time, I didn't have the attitude it takes to believe that things could come true to myself. So I spent many, many years doing other things and also in corporate life after graduating as a fashion designer. So this one of the most important points is when is the right time to start a creative life. So speaking for myself, I'm a very late bloomer, I must admit. So I can say that the right time for me is whenever you feel ready to commit to a plan and have the right attitude about disappointments and challenges. Because no matter how talented you are, if you don't have the attitude, you will not have the strength to carry on despite disappointment. So in my case, I felt ready by accident, because I was way beyond 40 years old and I had my little dog, Nuki, which is a beautiful schnauzer. And I wanted to paint a portrait of her. So I enrolled on the Skillshare classes. And because of the Skillshare lasted for a whole year, I started designing and learning again. And that put me right on the path, because I remember when I was at the fashion school, what I loved the most, and my teachers told me at that time I was more gifted to, was textile design. So just like that, as silly as that, things can happen from one day to another. And in those days, back in Paris, I used markers, pencils, wash. So now I realized that to be in this new world, I had to learn digital skills. So I had to start from zero, Photoshop and Illustrator. For me, it's very important that you master as much as possible the digital skills, because the less limitations, technical limitations you will have, the more creative freedom you will have. Because don't forget that skills can be learned. If you have the talent, you are really more than halfway there. But skills, you have to put the time to learn them. So the first step to everyone that's listening to me is please get comfortable about digital skills. If you are not able and you want to focus on a handmade, you can collaborate with another person. I mean, recently at my brand, I have a lovely designer called Sarah Thorpe. I'm going to name her because she's an amazing artist from New Zealand. And she didn't know how to put in a digital way her designs. So I asked her to send them to me and I did the part. But now she's learning Photoshop and I'm sure she's going to make amazing things when she masters that. So when I studied at Skillshare in 2016, there were many classes, but not as much as now. For instance, now not only Skillshare has a lot of textile design teachers, also Domestika, which is another platform. There are many, many free classes on YouTube. I mean, books, things have evolved a lot. So when I was preparing this speech, this webinar, I decided not to name any teacher, because who am I to recommend one over another? Now I'm on the professional side of it, and maybe I lost track of some new classes that are really amazing. Plus, it's up to you to find which is the teacher that suits you best. Also, there's a limitation of the language, because you must find a teacher that you can understand. So I won't recommend any specific class, but I will tell you one thing: please be patient. Don't expect results to come overnight. You need to put time and effort to be comfortable with those skills. Okay, so once you are starting, you're in the path of learning. Maybe you are not very passionate and you want to start selling right away. So what happened to me is that before I mastered layers and I really was a professional, I started uploading things in print-on-demand sites, because like that you only need files with no layers, and you start to have the motivation to see your designs on products, and it's very uplifting, and it's cute to keep learning while uploading designs already, because also give you the courage to bring out your work into the world, which is a barrier that you must break the ice as soon as possible, right? Be brave. Once you feel that you are ready to send the files to your clients, because you did learn that on your own, not through a school, you need some kind of professional validation. And I was thinking, okay, I think I'm ready, but I don't know if my files are okay to be sent to clients. So I look for that validation in Patternbank. Those guys are really supportive and amazing. And once I got admitted there and I started selling my designs at Patternbank, I knew I was ready for the professional life, and that my files were just fine to be sent to clients. Now, this goes about plateaus. Okay, first you study, but when you finish your studies, that's where the question of the webinar really arises. Like, where do I find my path? How do I find my path? So in this webinar, I'm going to point different directions without getting very deep into each direction, just pointing out for you to write down and consider which is the perfect path for you. So when I finished studying and I thought I was ready, first I thought about getting an agent, because even if you have to pay an agent a commission, they work for you and they move your designs, they attend the fairs, they travel for you. Why didn't I get an agent? But very simple, because I didn't have a strong portfolio at the time. I didn't have enough body of work to find myself an agent. But if you do, please, by all means, try to find an agent. You will have more time for the artistic side of it. So agent is a good thing. Being part of a bigger studio is also a good thing, especially if you are a classic artist, which is really masters like watercolors and traditional techniques. There are always job opportunities if you are you master your craft and you do the classical designs like paisleys, watercolors. Don't hesitate to send your work to studios. It can be a good path for you. Then there is also an option which is platforms like Make It in Design or Textile Design Lab, or all things like many of my colleagues enroll in those kinds of platforms. For me, that was not an option, because I didn't want to stay on the student side of the textile design. I really wanted to dive on the professional side of it. I didn't want to spend times showing my artwork for reviews, comments, likes. So, but if you need that, because you need that kind of validation, remember, I had a background, I have a diploma from years ago, but if you need that to the community, by all means also enroll in that kind of community. It can be very, very helpful. Also, other people likes to be told what to design, like on a Spoonflower, they have challenges. But again, it was not for me, because I don't have the nerve to ask for, please vote for me, and having a subject, and I like my freedom. But again, if you like to be told what to do, and having people validating your work is another path that you can consider. Another path is sending your portfolio to big corporations. You know, we all know Inditex and other big brands. There you have the security of a salary. You know, you have your payment by the end of the month, especially me, I am a single person. I just have my dog, but I understand that some people have kids and family responsibilities and they need the security. So also it's a good thing to work for a corporation, but you must know that you will have deadlines and creative limitations and pressure, okay? Well, I told you all those paths that for me it was clear. I wanted my creative freedom and I wanted to have my own design studio. So I started Gloria Surface Pattern Design. And to do so, I had to start a website. I didn't ask for a professional to design my website. Again, you can do so. I prefer to use Wix because like that I could design things the way I like and change things the way I like. So I am very happy with the Wix platform. It's okay for me. And I decided that my model of online store would be ready to use patterns. This is a personal choice, you know. Some people like to use a password and protect their designs from viewers. Me, I wasn't scared to show all my designs and sell license for ready to use. Why did I do that? Because I don't put many time in my designs. I'm a very intuitive and I have a very graphic approach to design. For me, patterns, it's about the balance of color. It's like composing music. It's not about details and motifs. It's really about the color balance. So I wanted things to be on the immediate. I don't want to spend 1 year doing one magnificent work. I wanted to treat my designs as ready to use designs for products. So that was my choice. But if you don't trust showing all your designs and putting that up there, it's up to you. Another advantage of that for me is to monetize your designs, because when I sell licenses, the type of licenses I sell are industry licenses. That means that one design can be sold many times for different industry sectors. When I sell something for stationery, the design remains available for wallpaper or other things non-related to their specific sector. So you can monetize better your designs instead of selling them once with exclusivity. So that's another thing. In the case you decide to protect your designs, how do you show to potential clients your work if they are not out there, if you protect them? Well, the thing is that you have to attend fairs. When I started, it was just the pandemic time, so no fairs. So I enrolled in some online fairs that were at the time, but things were very slow. Nobody wanted to buy anything. As a matter of fact, I noticed that some of my designs were re-edited from the previous year because they didn't buy new designs. So things were very slow, and also not even how do you say that, fabric companies didn't want to enlarge their portfolio of designers because, you know, we were in very uncertain times. Now things are starting to take off a little bit, but still. So in the case that you attend a fair, when all this will be over, please know which target you are aiming to when you go to a fair. Don't go with a lot of patterns that have no sense. Just try to focus on two or three industries, like children's, wallpapers, stationery, because that will help you to find clients and obtain results when you go to the fair. And also keep in mind, it's a big investment because it's not only the hotel, the traveling, and the booth where you expose your things. It's also the fact that you have to present your work always printed. Don't think that some customer or agent or studio is going to attend a fair expecting to see on a screen your work. There's internet for that. So you must bring all your designs printed, and that's an investment, okay? Another option you have is to attend the fair with other colleagues, and like that you share the expenses, and it's very interesting to be part of a little group that can be helpful. So with the pandemic, things became more affordable regarding the fairs because it was not the same price. I didn't have to travel. But as I said, I didn't get any results because the things were very slow. So I was a little bit starting to get blocked big time, because imagine, you're just opened your online studio, your website, the pandemic comes in, and I didn't know how to start. So I just contacted a lot of companies directly, everyone I could, agents, studio, brands, because my patterns are very versatile, so I could contact a lot of sectors, from mobiles to fabrics to wallpapers, everything. Some corporations did work, and I succeed to launch my studio despite the situation. But they were not the ideal conditions. So what did I do? I was here. I live in Almeria. It's a small town. There is no presence. I think I am the only textile designer here. So the day after the lockdown started in Spain in March 2020, I had such a blocking. I mean, I was really depressed about the situation. So I decided to start an account called Founder Estampados. Just with one idea in mind, was just to support and put a smile on designers. Just that they see that I see their work, I support them. I don't mind if it is your first post, if you're a student, if you're a celebrity. I just wanted to let the community know that creation remains important through these hard times. And I started to do so. And after a year, I got 12,000 followers. And I think it was very meaningful because in that account, nobody pays me. I don't win any money doing that. There's no endorsements, nothing. I do this for free. So the 12,000 followers were really genuine followers that wanted to get into my account every day and have a smile if I put them on my stories. So I was very, very, very excited about that. So 1 year, almost day by day after creating Founder Estampados, I created my own brand of silk scarves. I thought silk scarves were a great option because you don't have the limitation of sizes. It's just a square. You just need a good fabric and manufacturing, but you don't have the limitations of having a clothing brand. And also scarves, it's really a very simple way to bring joy to your daily clothing, your styling. And I thought it was a way to get to many, many customers all around the world. So what I did is that when I had that idea to create my brand of scarves, I thought it would be nice to mix it with the Founder Estampados community. And I had been supporting a lot of artists that I thought could fit on the style of my brand, because I admire a lot of people, but not all fit on the style of my brand, which is quite specific, right? So I reached the artists from all over the world, and I want to showcase them. I want to make them shine. And I want to pay them a commission as big as my pricing allows. I am not greedy, and I think I pay them as much as is possible for me to make my product competitive, but still giving them the dignity of having their work paid accordingly to what they do. No? So besides the featured artists, which are there all year long, I also did a call for artists. It's more anecdotic, but I think it's nice that somebody has an idea. I throw out a subject, and if somebody that is not professional creates a beautiful scarf 4 times a year, they have the opportunity to have them become a reality. So I thought that was very, very good to also giving a purpose to Founder Estampados. Of course, with G&Silk, I had to create another Wix website, another online store, so more work, and also arrange to have worldwide shipping to all the scarves, and also create a new social media. So now I find myself with the Instagram of my dog, which was something that I did for fun. And now I have the G&Silk Instagram for the scarves, the Gloria Surface Pattern Design Instagram for my studio, freelance studio, and the Founder Estampados, where I share the work of others. So I have to take care of 3 different Instagram accounts. So you can say I'm not bored. Then now moving from another subject. Okay, let's talk about people that wants to sell the products, not only the designs, as me. So I must tell you that during the pandemic, the textile world has changed a lot, and the fashion retailer world has changed a lot, because now there are many, many platforms that help independent artists to sell. There has been a shift, an amazing shift. And also the drop shipping method is great, because with the print on demand, you send your designs like you do in print shop, and you do the product and you sell it. But with drop shipping is another method where you can, the customers purchase the design directly on your online store. Then you send a commission to the drop shipping manufacturer, but you have the control of keeping track of the purchases. So it's a very good way also to sell your products. If you want to start your own brand, there are, and selling your own products, there are multi-brand platforms. There are many of them. So besides my store, I place also my scarves on a platform called Flying Solo, which is based in New York, and does a great job. It's the entrance in the United States for independent artists. They do a great job promoting, also giving the possibility for your work to appear on big publications. And besides Flying Solo, there are others that they don't sell your products, but they showcase your products. So just keep looking, because there are a lot of new opportunities to place your products with a little investment, because sometimes you need to pay a monthly fee to be there, but other times it's for free. So you can investigate all the different options, right? Also, another way to get showcased is to send your designs to publications. Janine from Uppercase did a really nice post on her blog. They have blogs, they have magazines, Origins magazines too. So don't hesitate to send your themes to magazines from the sector. That would also help you. Another thing that is changing is that Instagram, as you have noticed, has many less views or likes. I don't know how to put it, but I think it's because now they are focusing on videos and TikToks. I think I'm a little bit too old for these things, I think. But if you feel like creating TikToks and videos, that will help also very much to promote. If I had to use two words to explain what got me here today with you, those two words will be, without a doubt, generosity and passion. If you have passion for learning and for your craft, for textile design, every day you wake up motivated. Passion is amazing. And generosity. I've been generous with people in Fan de Estampados, but it worked out like a boomerang. Came back to me because I did a nice post about Covadonga Jaquete. Covadonga has a lifetime experience in patterns in the biggest brands in Spain. I mean, she's a lady with an impressive curriculum. And I made a post about her mantones de Manila, which is like a big scarf that she does, not a traditional Spanish scarf. And her brand is called Alter Manila. And with all the gratitude in the world, she called me and she said to me, listen, I want to be like a mentor for you. I want to help you because you helped me. And that's how she helped me to find a way to create my scarves. So you see the beauty of generosity. That woman that doesn't know me, that has a career, impressive career. I mean, she's an impressive artist. She felt gratitude towards me and wanted to help me. So remember, passion and generosity, passion and generosity. And now to end this speech that I hope I'm not boring you. As I said, when I promoted this webinar, I said, I promised you I was to talk about common mistakes. So grab a pen. Here comes the common mistakes I see. The first of all is the lack of passions. Things take time. Many of you talk to me about how they get bored in the middle of classes and give up. You cannot learn Photoshop or Illustrator in 2 or 3 months. You need time, you need passions, okay? So passions, I didn't have it when I started textile design. I had 0 passions. So if I did it, you can do it too. Then the lack of self-esteem. The other day I watched a documentary about Grace Kelly. We all know Grace Kelly. I mean, come on. She told a friend that she got 250 no's before getting a yes. Mrs. Grace Kelly. That means that you must not feel a no is a bad thing. I have been told no many, many times. I have never regretted the work I created for each proposal, because every time I was growing a better artist. So please don't be depressed because you get a no. And now, as an entrepreneur, I'm on the position where I have to say no. I have a brand, and sometimes our work is very, very good, but it does not fit within my brand. So keep in mind also that when you get a no, sometimes it's a matter of different visions. Don't feel that you are not appreciated, okay? But sometimes it's also a matter of poor digital skills. As I said at the beginning, to present things, you must present things in a professional way. Review, and review. Triple check that everything is okay. Because me, when I get work that is not well done, I give another opportunity, but that's because it's me. I'm a freelancer also, and I get on your shoes. But don't expect people to give you another opportunity. I mean, try to sell things right from the start. Another big mistake is adding services to your website that you don't like. If you don't like creating logos, don't add that to the list of things you do. I mean, focus on the things that you enjoy as an artist. You don't have to prove you can do a lot of things. Stick to what you enjoy doing. Another big mistake is asking other designers who their clients are or who their manufacturers are. Don't forget that there is a huge competition out there, and asking that is seen as very unprofessional. I mean, you must not mistake generosity with being rude. And believe me, people is going to be mad at you if you are asked that. So, not having the courage to send mails or call potential clients. I mean, being shy, it's a big handicap. You must be brave and make a nice portfolio and put it out there. Another tip I want to tell you is sometimes you have not the possibility to send a PDF portfolio, because many times you just have a form on the web to send your information. You cannot address a direct message. So maybe you have to learn in design on some kind of things where you can put in a cloud a link to your portfolio, so you can send your portfolios that way on forms. It's very important that you keep updated to the way the industry keeps evolving and asking for your job. So think about it, being able to send your portfolio through a link. Okay. Another big important thing is not respecting contract agreements. I recently had that as an entrepreneur. I mean, the girl had signed things, she didn't respect it, I have to cancel the contract. But also the other way around, as a freelancer, please be careful before you sign. If you don't speak the language, get it translated, pay attention to the duration, what they're going to grant you, the payment conditions, everything, the use they're going to make of your design. I mean, everything. Be careful with contracts, you know, when you sign them and when you have to make them sign it for you, okay? Another big mistake is giving away your designs only for exposure with no remuneration. That's not a good idea. We've been talking how hard it is to find the courage, the passion, the motivation, the money, everything you put to learn. Then you cannot give away your things for exposure. You deserve to be paid, okay? And well, I mean, one very, very big tip I want to tell you, and I heard it the other day and I made a post about it at Founder Estampados, is that if you are not creating as a hobby, if you want to make a living out of it, remember that most of the time you're going to be sending emails. This I'm going to read it because the list is quite impressive. You're going to be sending emails, looking for clients, creating projects with no guarantee that they will work, showcasing your work in social media, taking care of your store, creating and updating portfolios, taking care of finances, looking for new ideas, keeping updating of new apps, taking pictures of your work for social media, and then a little bit of creation in between. I do as much as I can by myself, my web pages, online store, social media, everything. I mean, 90%, 95% I do myself. But for example, for animations, the little videos I like to create for my brand, I have another artist working for me called Amado Cuartero. He creates amazing things in 3D, and that's okay too. Sometimes you need help. So enjoy as much as you can the years where you are just learning, because those are the years you're going to be creating the most. I want to end this speech paying tribute to my very first digital teacher. She doesn't even know I exist. I mean, I named her just because I love her, not because we are friends or anything, but her name is Bonnie Christine. And if you are starting from zero, start with her, because she's going to motivate you a lot, a lot. And she said, do something every day to get closer to your goal. It's such a great advice. It might sound simple, but if it's only even a little hour, do something every day. And now I will be taking your questions. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much for such amazing insights which you have given us through your speech. It's really, really helpful. Actually, you've covered all my questions in your speech, and now I'm like they're just being stuck there, that which question to ask you. So any which ways, I will ask you all the questions, and so that people can get it again from you, understand the pointers again. So great, thank you. So let's begin our question answer session, and I'll ask probably the second question to you A career in textile designs doesn't just involve drawing nice things. You need to promote yourself also on your social media handles, on your contact business for work and different things. Can you tell us a bit how to start it, how to do it? How to start a career in textile designing?
Well, as I said in the final part of my speech, I tell you it's only 20%. Around 20% of your work is going to be designing, unless you have the possibility to have more people at your studio. I have an advantage that, I mean, sometimes life just is like a puzzle and everything fits, because I have a background on marketing, and that really helped me a lot to take care for myself of the online stores and sending the mails to customers. Also the language, because most of my clients are people use English, like this webinar. I am from Spain. I live in Paris 12 years. My main languages are French and Spanish, but because of English, I can do my professional work. So just know that if you're not able of doing that, but you believe in your art, surround yourself with people that can help you. But if you do everything by yourself like me, well, designing is going to be only 20%.
Absolutely. So one has to be through with everything else as well. So great, good takeaway. Good takeaway there. So guys, 2-3 takeaways from the session till now here is generosity, consistency of work, and of course being into your work. Knowing your work is very important. What you have to do, you have to be very, very clear with that with that path, and only then you can reach to your destination. And here I would just like to take a small break. I hope everyone is enjoying the session, and I would just want to give a quick shout out to Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace, for organizing this event with Gloria, such an amazing person. And stay tuned, we will be just right back to hear more from Gloria.
Climax is a full-service video agency based around video production. We created a brand that fit our identity at the time, but as we've evolved as a company, we found that that original brand didn't quite fit our aspirations anymore. Finding a partner to rebrand your entire company takes a lot of time and effort. Finding Designhill was an incredible lifeline. Designhill offers a money-back guarantee. If we don't like any of the designs, we get all of our money back. The stuff that we ended up with were well beyond what we had been seeing on other creative services platforms. After creating a simple design brief by answering some questions created by Designhill, we posted, and within a few days, we had over 250 entries. Designhill's platform made it easy to communicate with all of the potential designers. Eventually, we picked a winner. In addition to a logo, our designer also created a letterhead, business cards, and banners for all of our social media platforms. With Designhill's help, we now have a brand that meets our aspirations. We're ready for the future and everything that it's here to bring.
All right, we're back again, and now I'll start my through questions with Gloria. So, Gloria, you have a very distinguishable art style, and it's very difficult to do textile designing. While working for this webinar, I was doing my own research on textile designing, and I found that it's really, really difficult. Those intricate designs, making them on Illustrator, it's quite time consuming. Can you tell us how you arrived at it, and what is the exact message which you aim to bring across from your artwork?
Well, when I started, I was obsessed about finding my style. You can ask my mother. I used to call her, "Mom, I can't find my style." And then one day it just came out naturally, because your style will be revealed to yourself just by being you. Once I aligned who I am, what matters to me, the messages I want to convey with things I do, because I don't work accordingly to trends or for a studio or for a brand. And now it's very fluid, everything related to trends, because of also ecology issues. You don't want to throw away clothes just because the season is over. So, I mean, I think I popped into this world in the perfect timing for my philosophy, because now I fit in the system. Maybe years ago, I wouldn't fit with this mentality. But believe me, style will come to you working, and being yourself. Align who you are with your work. And
So one would gradually evolve with time.
yes, but you must trust yourself. The things that have worked the best for me are the most crazy ideas that I got. I trust me. I swear. I mean, I have a crazy idea, and that's what the client like. And if I try to play it safe and do what I think might be sold and look for references, and that doesn't work. You must believe in your instinct and be you. But again, that needs self-esteem, confidence, and maybe something that you don't have in your 20s. That's why I say timing, it's perfect.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Gradually, slowly and gradually and steadily, you will receive what you want. Right. Absolutely there. So great. So my next question again, coming back to my questions, before I take up the questions from the question tab, I have a couple of more questions to ask you through. So the style will change over time, and techniques, crafts, and ideas are the foundation. How do you think one can incorporate these running trends and technologies into the world of textile designing?
I love to keep learning, and for instance, oh, you see my dog there. Sometimes you start learning something. It happened. I will put you an example. I started to use Fresco because it was an app. It was exciting to mix vector brushes with raster brushes, but then I came back to my Illustrator separately from my Procreate for the rasters. I mean, it's good that you convince yourself what works for you. There's nothing wrong not using what is the last trend. I have made classes with, for instance, Jorge Arevalo, which is a designer I love very much at Domestika. He doesn't even use Adobe programs. I mean, don't be influenced by what everybody does. I mean, after all, we are in a business, and they are also trying to sell you the last app, the newest.
Absolutely.
Just stick to what works for you. Don't have that pressure that if you don't have the latest technology, the latest iPad, the latest you want. No, there are amazing people that has just a little laptop like that one you see there. I mean, if you have the talent, you go places. Don't be obsessed with technology.
Absolutely right. So one can actually reach to the heights with whatever one has. Again, consistency, generosity, having the idea, having that clear vision in your mind matters. And just work through your vision, and steadily and slowly you will you will get what you want. That's absolutely right, Gloria. That's absolutely right. So I would take up one question from the questions tab, which says, that's on your screen. What's involved in manufacturing of your scarves? Were you able to find a company locally?
Yes, my scarves. I'm so proud that they are made in Spain by nice ladies that hand sew them. It's called hand rolling, because it's not finished on the machine. And I'm very proud that I am selling. The other day I did a podcast with the Exterior Radio of Spain, the National Radio of Spain, that broadcast to worldwide, and it's called Marca España, the brand Spain, because I just started last March. So from now I have a designer from England, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Japan, Mexico, but it's been only since last March. But my biggest pride is that I'm selling the brand Spain around the world, because these designers are manufacturing their designs in Spain. So I am very glad. And Spain has a very good quality for silk, just like Italy. And my manufacturer is an amazing family company called Luz de Seda, which are based in Barcelona, and they are lovely, and I'm very happy. They help me out.
Absolutely right. So I hope you got your answer. Okay, coming back to my question set. Why do you think it is important to always make sure that you are actually going after your right target audience when you're trying to grow your account, since you have so many accounts and good followership?
Yeah. I think it's very important to know who do you address yourself, because, for instance, at the scarves, I address myself to potential customers. You know,
Right.
at Fan de Estampados, what I aim for is that the followers get inspiration and they get a boost of energy in the morning when they see my post to never give up. Because sadly, when I had Fan de Estampados, I got private messages. Imagine I do a post, I say you're amazing, and in private she says, I'm about this close to give up because things are so slow. And I say, no way, you can't, don't give up. Stick to your craft. I mean, come on, you're so talented. So it's important that every time you make a post, you know the target of the post, and also keep it professional. I have an account, as I say, with my dog. I mean, if I want to post a silly thing, but keep your accounts professional.
Absolutely. Guys, grab the tips from such an amazing person who is running so many accounts successfully on Instagram. Gloria is giving us good tips here. So Gloria, you have so many accounts and you keep posting on those accounts. As you know that both captions and images play an important role in building any social media pages, any social media page. Share some tips with our audience about how to choose just the right image and the caption tone.
Okay, so when I post at Gloria Surface Pattern Design, when I started, I came out with my slogan, which is "Let's create together." So "Let's create together" was I wanted to give the potential customer a visualization of how my pattern would look on their wallpapers or a mobile phone or something. So I needed mock-ups. So
Right.
basically my post at Gloria Surface Pattern Design started with the mock-ups. And that is very funny because it brings me back to the generosity aspect. I used and I bought like all the Creazzi mock-ups I could, and I was always telling people, use the Creazzi mock-ups, use the Creazzi mock-ups. And then I create my brand, and I cannot fabricate all the scarves. I need to showcase sometimes virtually the scarves. So I needed mock-ups. And then Magda and Jacob, which are in charge of the Creazzi, they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to let them use my designs for their mock-ups. And not only that, they proposed a collaboration where they have created a silk twill, because there are many silk mock-ups, but with twill, the specific silk I use, or cashmere, and my packaging and everything. And now I have a beautiful way of showcasing my designs because I cooperated with Creazzi. That is, I say that because I was coming back to generosity, which is very important. But your question was about how to showcase things. So in my case, when I do posts of what I want to sell, I try to use mock-ups. And in Fan de Estampados, I don't repost things just by reposting things and that's it. I even contact sometimes the artist to get information if I cannot get on the web information, because for me, I want to show the art, but I also want to make shine the artist behind the art and explain a little bit. Sometimes if you take the time to read, there are amazing struggling backgrounds and life stories that are really, diseases, heart conditions, living in a country with very dire situations. It's not only inspired what you see, but also what you read in the caption, to make you feel that you are very lucky, that you have access to a lot of things some people don't. So I hope that answered the question. Sorry
Absolutely.
for the long answer. I'm Spanish, we speak a lot.
No, it's pretty insightful because one has to understand, every different genre will have different posts, different captions, and it's very important to understand what type of captions are actually important, because I myself read through the captions if I'm scrolling through Instagram. So yes, definitely a great point by Gloria. Great. So I'll ask my next question, which actually intertwines here. What do you consider is the most challenging aspect about being a working artist on social media platform?
The most challenging is being depressed by not having likes or followers. That's the big challenge for
Right.
me. Okay, so let me tell you something. You have two choices: live for the likes or live for promoting your products. I mean, it takes a lot of maturity and self-esteem or serenity, or I don't know how to put it. But in the beginning, I was very concerned that I do a great post and I say, oh my God, they're going to love this. And I have 30 likes. Okay, you never know. But then I stopped obsessing about it. I just do the post. And I'm going to give you a tip. This is my approach for social media as a designer. For me, a post is like planting a seed. You plant a seed, leave it there, and maybe it grows, maybe it doesn't. But sometimes you get a phone call or a message because somebody, it has happened to me, this is true. Oh, I saw you on the social media, I would like you to create for this or for that. So just leave it there. Don't focus on the likes. Forget about it, because otherwise you lose the joy of sharing your work. And
Right.
there is a joy in putting your work up there, because, and also in Founder Estampados, maybe sometimes I make a post that I really like and it has really no repercussion, but maybe it touches the life of 1 or 2 followers. And they say, thank you, I didn't know that. And maybe I open a door for them that they didn't know. For me, that's enough. So your question was, what is the most challenging? I think at some point or another, we all feel depressed when you look and you see nobody like your post. Stop it. It goes nowhere. It's going to block you. It does you no good. Just keep planting the seeds and it will work.
Absolutely, Gloria. Absolutely. But my next question to this is, it's again interlinked here. Like, if somebody is on social media, is a working artist on social media, is a freelancer on social media, social media success is all about testing the waters and adjusting your sales accordingly. What still one has to measure the metrics. What are the key metrics which you would measure, which you would recommend to track the success of social media pages?
Okay, I am not into, because I said I have my social media, I take care of it. And I receive, no joke, I receive 2 or 3 mails every day from people that wants to help me to boost my social media.
Right.
I'm not interested in that because I like to keep things honest. I do promotions on G&Silk because it's a finished product that I need to sell. So of course I do some marketing campaigns there, some ads, that's it. But on the other accounts, I do 0 promotions. Why? Because like that, I test the waters, okay?
Right.
Because I did a post with the most liked posts of Founder Estampados, and those are genuine posts. If a post has 1,000 likes, it's genuine. It's not, I didn't get there through promotion or endorsement or anything. It's genuine. So through Founder Estampados, I really have an idea, because it's not only my work that I share a lot of different artists. And there I know, for example, last time I tested the waters, I realized that textiles with dark backgrounds were the most liked, for instance, just an example. So Founder Estampados helped me a lot. And from time to time, I'm going to keep sharing what is the most liked to help you too, knowing what is the most liked on textiles.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys. The links for Gloria's Instagram accounts are already there in the chat section. I have also shared across the CTA links to everyone. Follow, check out her accounts. They are really pretty to watch through. They are really pretty to scroll through as well. So go ahead and check them out. So Gloria, my next question again is about challenging aspect of selling on social media, of finding work on social media, how to earn money on social media.
Well, that I got some offers to have endorsements, like they say, you promote my class and I give you, and I didn't want to lose the essence of my brand. So I am sorry, I cannot help you with this question, because my philosophy is to be completely altruistic. You say in English too, altruistic?
Yeah.
I mean,
Artistic.
I don't try to sell you an online class. I don't try to sell you digital brushes. I want to sell my scarves. That's what I want to sell, or my designs for licensing. So I don't do, how do I put that? I don't focus on selling things to my colleagues. Other people sell that, online classes or digital assets or things like that. Me, I want to help my community. That's one thing, for free. And then I promote my job, my licenses, my scarves. That's another thing. There, I put money for promotion, or maybe I pay myself an influencer to promote my work, whatever, but not the other way around. So I don't intend to win money strictly on social media. I don't know if I am making myself clear. I want to make money through selling my designs or products, but not through my posts. Okay,
Absolutely,
that's my
absolutely.
because I
So
don't want to lose my freedom. I didn't notice how many times the word freedom comes in the conversation. I want to feel free. I don't want people that comes into my account to say, okay, she's recommending me Bonnie Christine, for instance, because she gets paid. No, I say to you, she's great, period. I mean, I'm not getting any money from that, okay? I want to
absolutely,
remain
absolutely.
independent. I want to be independent. So I am sorry I cannot give you tips on how to monetize your social media because it's not my démarche. It's not what I do.
But what were those challenging aspects which you faced while selling your scarves? Once you created G&Silk, and then once you started in the market selling your textile patterns with your scarves, what was the most challenging things which you faced?
Well, on a funny note, I must tell you that I put a lot of time and effort and breakdowns trying to set my Instagram account online store. You know, the stores and the
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
It was so hard. I don't know why. It was very, very hard. And now nobody noticed that I have a shop, and everybody keep answers me, asking me, price please, price please, price please. And I say, oh my God, they don't realize I have an online store. So anyway, again, passions. So the most challenging thing about creating a scarf brand is that there are a zillion scarves in the world. Last time I counted, there are more scarves than people in the planet. So it's very hard to find your niche. But once again, I just commit to my, I don't want to say to my style, I commit to me of who I am, what I want to put there. And I'm noticing that many people has the sensibility similar to mine, and they get a little plus on my scarves because it's not like a Hermes scarf with 6 months of work and 2 years to be made. I mean, it's a scarf that wants to bring joy, an important message about equality or mental health or change. Or I try to bring through the scarf a little poetry into your daily life because they're very simple designs. I mean, they're very wearable. They're not for special occasions. You can go to the market with my scarves. So I just try to have fun. For instance, I do customized scarves for pets, like because as I told you, I started trying to design my dog. So I thought I had to close the circle. So now if you send me a picture of your dog, I can do a vector cool image, and then you have a very high quality silk scarf with your dog. So these are the crazy ideas I was talking about. Just I know it's challenging to create a scarf, a brand of scarves, because there are a lot, but you have to believe you have something to offer.
Absolutely, and that passion will take you through on social media. Yeah, absolutely. Correct there. So great. While you were giving your speech, you talked about the common mistakes one goes through. My next question to you is, what are some of the common mistakes which you have made during your journey, and how you have overcome? Give us tips how you have overcome those mistakes.
That's top secret, my friend. But I would say to you, one of those moments that shoot me now, of deep shame. When I was starting, I used to tag everybody on the Instagram because I thought I mistake tag with hashtag. And then I started to tag like 20 tags of people and got some messages like, hey, stop tagging me. I have nothing to do with your designs. And I said, oh, sorry, I didn't know. So, I mean, we all go, now it happens to me because my name is out there, and then people that has nothing to do with my work tags me, and I kindly say to them, please don't tag Gloria, tag Fan de Estampados. No problem, you can hashtag and tag Fan because it's for that purpose for me to
Right.
see that, because you want me to notice you, but don't tag my brand or my studio if you have nothing to do with that. So that would be a shameful mistake I did that I share with you. And it was, I felt terrible. She didn't even accept my apologies. And I mean, I'm really empathetic with people that makes those types of mistakes, because we all start somewhere and we all can do silly things.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. So even if you will not do silly things, if you will not do mistakes, you won't learn from them and you won't correct them. So mistakes are equally important, and that actually brings changes, and that actually makes you grow in life. Absolutely correct, Gloria. Great. So we'll take a one more question from the questions tab, which is on your screen. Do you think that is good to have many types of painting styles, as watercolor, acrylics, just Photoshop, Illustrator, collage, etc.? If no, can you tell us how to choose one style?
Well, I started that, as I told you, with Bonnie Christine, and she focused on vectors. But then I discovered Procreate. So in my particular, I don't do watercolors or I can turn the computer, but here I have all my watercolors. I have a cart with the paintings. Sometimes I go to the other room and start painting and say, oh, it's too messy. And I go back to my Procreate because it's cleaner and easier. So in my case, I have two lines. I adore vectors. I just love them. That's my element. I feel very comfortable. But then I was obsessed with finding a floral language of my own, my floral handwriting, because we all do florals, all textile designers. It's mandatory. And I wanted to find my florals. And then one day, with a model called Karina, which is the name of my sister, I developed my way of doing florals with Procreate, Illustrator, Photoshop, everything mixed, textures, colors. And I thought, this is me, a mix of everything. So the answer to that question is, if you are a magnificent watercolor artist, stick by all means to what you are good at, because people is going to look for that in you. But if you are eclectic, don't be afraid. I know people that has collage and photographs and things very Photoshop, and then because they love to create for children, they also have very minimalistic vector designs. You can have different languages as long as you feel comfortable with all of them.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Till the time you are comfortable and you are through, you know what you're doing. Till the time that's in the picture, that's everything is perfect. Great. Thank you, Gloria. Now, my last question to you for this discussion is, I want you to share your experiences from the journey which you have taken from a student to a successful textile designer in the market now. Some experiences which you would like our audience to know, whether it is good or bad, whatever, that's your call. But yes, we would love to listen to your experiences.
I was preparing this webinar, of course, giving thought, and I thought there is always a turning point. And for me, the turning point was the lockdown. So as terrible as it may sound, if there had not been a lockdown, I would have pursued the traditional path, which is trying to find all those things I mentioned in the speech, because there was not that possibility of traveling, of fairs, of being handpicked because everything was paralyzed. I had to come up with an idea, and that idea was Fan de Estampados. Fan de Estampados made me meet Covadonga. Covadonga made me believe I could do my scarves. Making my scarves, I thought I should help other artists that need an opportunity, and everything was a virtuous circle. So if I had a message to finish this beautiful hour I spent with you that I'm enjoying so much, the message is try to take something positive out of anything negative, even if you are going to a health problem or economic problem, whatever. Things pass, but try to see the opportunity in everything bad that is happening, because look what happened to me. Instead of being sad and thinking that my career was over before even starting, I found a way of going through all the things and finding my path. So with all the tips I've been giving you, I'm sorry if maybe later on going to see this and I will think I'm talking too fast or something, but I wanted to concentrate the maximum of information, useful information for you all, and try to find what makes you happy. Don't create into the pain. And I mean, learning and everything, it's hard. You must put time and effort. But after, I believe that designs must be created in the joy. Don't create with suffering, being scared that nobody's gonna like it. Set the vibe in a good mood. Put a nice music, like some candles. Design with plants around. Have a nice light. Try to infuse joy into what you do, because also I'm not a naive person. I know what is going on. I know the situation in the world is traumatic for many people. I'm not stupid, but I choose to create this bubble, this sacred bubble, which is this studio, and I'm aware of what is happening out of this room. But when I come here, this is my temple, and I wish you could all find your sacred space to create and connect to who you truly are, and bring it and share it to the world, because we all need to connect in a deep way, and that's a good way to put who you are out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So guys, the most important key takeaway is be positive, look through, be generous, be focused. You should always have a vision and work towards your vision with generosity, honesty to yourself, and yeah, that's how one will go up gradually. Thank you so much, Gloria. What an insightful session. I'm so happy to meet you and so happy to have you. I am myself going to be ordering a scarf for myself from your Instagram page. I hope you would be, there is a worldwide, delivery service from your end, and I would myself do this. And guys, go check out Gloria's all the pages. All the links are there in the chat section. Have sent out a CTAs to everyone. All right, so this brings us to an end of this amazing session with Gloria. This was indeed a full value-packed session, and a lot of content has come out from this, and a lot of learnings for myself, because this is actually one of my favorite topics. I keep checking out textile designs on Instagram. So great session. And once again, I would like to thank you, Gloria, for taking out time for this event. And
I have a great time, because I like to share my passion. It makes me happy talking about what I love.
Absolutely. You have gone through so much. You have faced and come out with flying colors. I hope everyone would learn from this amazing session and from Gloria about how to, find your own path in whatever you do, not just textile designing, but whatever you do in life. And all right, guys, so this is not where it ends. We have a lot more events lined up for you in the coming days. So if anyone is interested and haven't registered yet, Robin is putting up the link in the chat section of the event section in the chat, and where you'll find all our upcoming events and you can register. Also, you can find the recording of this particular event on the events page, which will go up by tomorrow. And to stay updated with events like these, you can follow us on our LinkedIn page, and the links will be there in the chat section to watch this session and other wonderful sessions which we have already had in past. You can check out our YouTube channel. Links will be in the chat section. Again, for all the designer and artist community who is listening to this and wants to be a part of this thriving community at Designhill, visit designhill.com. And on that note, I would like to say a bye to everyone, and take care, guys, and do stay safe there, be inside, and just fight. That's it. And find your path. And that's all. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love seeing you so happy.
See you.
Bye, everyone.